Lucy Show. Starring Lucille Ball.
Your application seems quite satisfactory, Mrs. Carmichael.
Oh, thank you.
But I must warn you that most secretaries find the record business a little hectic.
Oh, not me. The hecticer, the better.
Then you think you can function in our mad world?
Oh, yes.
You do take shorthand.
How short?
How's that?
Well, you see, I have my own shorthand. It's not as short as shorthand, but it's shorter than longhand. It's about medium.
Well, that's encouraging.
Yeah, well, I get shorter as I go along. You want to take a chance on me?
Yes, I certainly will.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. When do I start?
Right now.
Right now? Oh. Well, I didn't expect to start today, but...
Well, you just make yourself comfortable.
Well, thank you.
Take your time. Now, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Gentlemen. Mrs. Carmichael.
Yes, sir?
It takes that long to write gentlemen?
Oh, no, I'm also writing a letter to my aunt. But only when you pause to think. It doesn't interfere with your letter.
I am most pleased and wish to thank you for your cooperation.
Well, after all, that's my job.
I was dictating.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
For your cooperation in making this a banner year for the Pop Record Company.
Dear.
What's the matter?
Oh, I always have trouble spelling Schenectady.
Schenectady?
That's where my uncle is.
But who cares where your uncle is?
My aunt does. She's looking for him.
Mrs. Carmichael.
Yes, sir?
Mrs. Carmichael, this is your first day on the job. I don't want to make this your last.
Oh, Mr. Miller, you couldn't do that.
Why not?
I already told my aunt how nice you are.
Is it all right if I go on?
Oh, yes, sir.
As you know, I am currently producing a new television musical show called Wing Ding.
Wing Ding?
Wing Ding, which features our top recording artists. Our first show will be premiered tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. If you have any suggestions, I'll be happy to hear from you.
8 o'clock tomorrow night sounds good to me.
I wasn't talking to you!
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Anything else?
Just sign that yours truly, Barney Miller.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, Mr. Miller, this closing, yours truly, Barney Miller, is that with 2 L's?
Miller.
I meant in truly.
1 L.
Oh, I've got an extra L in it.
So change it.
Yeah, when I type it, I'll get the L out. Oh, Mr. Miller, is this where you do the show?
Yes, Mrs. Carmichael.
Golly, I never thought I'd have a job where I'd get paid for watching a show.
Well, this is just a dress rehearsal.
Well, I think that's the most exciting part. You know, I'll bet that the people who watch television just haven't any idea what we go through to put a show on. Look, isn't this thrilling? All the colored lights and the scenery and the wires and the people and...
When you've been around it all your life, you don't even notice those things.
Yeah. What were you saying, Mr. Miller?
Nothing. Oh, there's our MC. Hi, Foster.
Hi, Mr. Miller.
Everything under control?
All set. We're just going into dress rehearsal.
Oh, I'd like you to meet my secretary, Mrs. Carmichael.
Hi.
How do you do?
Oh, Mr. Miller, we need a copy of our theme song for the music department. We need to get clearance on it.
Well, my secretary will take it down.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay, places, everybody, for dress rehearsal. Bring the curtain down.
Did you bring your shorthand book?
I got it right here.
Now, when the song starts, you take the lyrics down word for word.
Yes, sir.
Music. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Wingding. Tonight, Wingding presents the Six Bear Feast.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We're gonna have a wingding, a really swinging wingding tonight. Boom, ba ba da ba da, walla walla, yappa yappa Susie, whoa whoa, now wingding.
Now on Wingding, the torchbearer.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We're gonna have a wingding, a really swinging wingding tonight. Tonight we're really gonna cry you a river, start up the storm, tear our hair, all of this is normal. We're gonna torch their hair, and we're a wingding.
That'll do away with the Beatles, the DDT.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We're gonna have a wingding, a really swinging wingding tonight. Tonight's the night you find us back in again, like 007. Gonna send these other groups to rock and roll heaven. Wingding, we'll bring and we'll ding and we'll swing and we'll sing and we'll ring a ding ding and go ding a ling a ling. Swing, sing, ring, ting, folly, molly, ding, ding, wingding.
Thank you, boys and girls. That was a wonderful dress rehearsal. Thank you. Miss Carmichael, did you get all that down?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think so.
Fine. Would you mind reading it back to me?
Oh, yes, sir. Would you hold on to that, please?
Sure.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We're going to have a wingding, a real swinging wingding tonight. We're going to have a wingding, a real swinging wingding tonight. We're going to have a wingding,
All I want to know is, did you get it all down?
Well, yes, sir. All but one thing.
What's that?
What is the title?
Yes?
I'm Mrs. Carmichael. I live next door.
Oh, was that you pounding?
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm not. You got a good beat.
Well, thank you very much, but what I'd like is a good night's sleep.
Oh, can't you sleep either?
Well, I can't sleep with all that drumming.
Oh, gee, I'm so sorry. I didn't even think. Look, I'm making some hot chocolate. Could I offer you a cup?
Well, that's very nice of
Oh,
you.
not at all. Please come in. You'll kind of have to forgive the looks of this apartment. You know how musicians are.
Yeah.
There we go. Here you are.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Being a musician must be a very interesting profession.
Well, really, I don't get that much work. With me, it's just a sideline.
Oh? What is your real occupation?
I don't know. You see, in school, I studied sociology and psychology, philosophy, political science.
Well, what kind of a job do those subjects prepare you for?
Well, they don't prepare you for anything, but they give you a lot of fancy reasons for why you're out of work.
I understand. My goodness. That's an interesting piece.
Oh, thank you. I made that myself.
You didn't?
Yeah.
Well, well. Well, I see you paint.
Oh, it's just another one of my hobbies.
Well, you certainly have a lot of hobbies, Mr.
Tinker. Mel Tinker. My friends call me Tinky.
Tinky. Tinky, that's cute.
I don't like it.
Why not?
Because every time I'm introduced, somebody always says, "This is Stinky."
Well, I don't blame you. Well, I'll just call you Tink.
Great.
Oh, do you play this?
Yeah. Say, would you like to hear a brand new song I just wrote?
You write songs, too?
Uh-huh.
Well, I'd love to hear one of your songs.
Great. Make yourself comfortable.
Thank you.
Now, I call this Whatever Happened to the Moon.
That's a nice title.
It goes like this. Whatever happened to the moon? Whatever happened to the moon? It used to make hearts beat with palpitations, but now it's just a subject for scientific calculations. The man in the moon is very shy since those scientists started to pry. So now if you should meet a pretty girl and chance to date her, and if later you should start to spoon, don't bother looking up, 'cause all you'll see is just a crater. And that is why I sing this tune. What, oh what, oh what, oh what, oh whatever happened to the moon?
That song is beautiful.
You're very nice.
Well, now, I'm not just being nice. When I say that song is good, I mean it. I'm in the music business.
Oh, no kidding. You a singer?
Oh, thank you. No. I'm a private secretary for Barney Miller, president of the Pop Record Company.
Barney Miller? Hey, he's the biggest.
That's right.
How long you been in the music business?
All day. And just think, on my very first day, I discovered a hit song.
What?
Yes, sir. You've got a big hit on your hands. I'm going to take you right down there to see Mr. Miller tomorrow morning. You see, when I bring your song to Mr. Miller, he's going to find out that he not only hired a secretary, but a talent scout as well.
I can't believe this.
Oh, now, don't you worry about a thing. You go right on with whatever you were doing. Don't let me disturb you. I'll see you first thing in the morning. Oh, this is exciting.
What, oh what, oh what, oh what, oh whatever happened
about that, Mr. Miller? Didn't I find you a great song?
No.
No?
Mrs. Carmichael, I hired you because I needed a secretary, not a talent scout. Now, look here, the melody was okay, but what the song says is all wrong for today's market.
Well, what's wrong with it?
That moon and spoon jazz. The kids today go for real tear-jerkers. You gotta make them miserable to make them happy.
Oh, well, maybe if Mr. Tinker came up with a new lyric.
Mrs. Carmichael, I have a plane to catch. Would you excuse me, please?
Mr. Miller, I want to thank you for listening to my song.
Good luck, kid. Mrs. Carmichael.
Yes, sir.
Remember, if anything important should come up, I'll be in San Francisco.
Yes, sir.
I'll be with the sponsor, Mr. Thornton.
Yes, sir.
We'll be watching the Wing Ding show from his house.
Yes, sir, I know, sir.
Well, Mrs. Carmichael, I want you to know I appreciate your help, even if we did strike out.
Well, Tink, we may have struck out, but this ball game isn't over.
Huh?
Well, you know, Mr. Miller is right about the kids wanting to be miserable these days. Let's look at some of our best-selling records here. Here's our biggest hit. It's a teenage girl singing about her boyfriend who gets run over by a police car.
What's it called?
He wears a hubcap for a halo. Here's our most popular country-style ballad. It's called I Got Tears in My Ears from Lying on My Back in My Bed While I Cry Over You. How about that?
Oh, boy.
And get a load of this one. It's a song about a girl whose boyfriend goes skin diving and gets tangled up with an octopus.
What's that one called?
I lost you to the arms of another. That ought to give us some idea what kind of lyrics those kids want.
Beach.
What?
Beach.
Beach?
Yeah, the beach is very big with kids these days.
Yeah?
You know, skin diving and water skiing and surfing.
Surfing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Surfing. Think I got an idea. How's that for a title?
Hey, that ought to really tear their hearts out.
You like it?
Well, you've got a wild knack for knowing what those kids are going to dig.
Well, that comes from experience. You see, I may not look it, but I was a teenager for 7 whole years. Pardon me? Hello? Pop Record Company, yes? No, Mr. Miller cannot be reached right now. He's on his way to Sacramento.
San Francisco.
Oh, he's going to San Francisco. Yes, he's going to see Mr. Stanton.
No, Mr. Thornton.
He's visiting Mr. Thornton up there. Yes, this is his secretary. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir, I'm very familiar with the talent list. Oh, I'm sure I can handle it for you, sir. Don't you worry. Goodbye.
Anything wrong?
Well, that was the director of the Wing Ding show. They need a replacement for an act that can't make it.
What happened?
One of the 6 bare feet dropped a saxophone on his toe. Find this talent list.
Showbiz.
Let's see now. Where's everybody working? Heartaches are working in Vegas. Weeping Willows are in Miami. The 4 Sob Sisters are in Fresno. Cry Babies are working in Oakland.
Gee, haven't you got any acts here in town?
Tink. I got just the act for 'em. The Tear Ducks.
Tear ducts? Who is the tear ducts?
We is. Let's finish this.
Now a group that'll do away with the Beatles, the DDT. presents, with their own new ballad, the Tear Ducks.
My trousseau just lies on the shelf since his surfboard came back by itself. My tears drown my heart with emotion. Since my dropout dropped into the ocean. He said that I bugged him when I'd say things to him like, don't learn to surf till you learn how to swim. Yesterday was the day we were to wed. I went to the church, he went surfing instead. Now my trousseau just lies on the shelf. Since his surfboard came back by itself. My trousseau just lies on the shelf. Yeah. Since his surfboard came back by itself. Heartbeats round my heart with emotion. Oh, since I dropped him to the ocean. Yeah! He said that I bugged him when I say things to him like, don't learn to surf till you learn how to swim. Yesterday was the day we were to wed. I went to the church, he went surfing instead. The beach patrol told me how they spotted a fin and went to the rescue, but just couldn't win. Now lying in state is the shark that he's in. So my trousseau just lies on the shelf. Since his surfboard came back by itself.
Barney Miller, the president of the Pop Record Company, just phoned from San Francisco. He's getting a record out right away on that great new ballad we just heard from the Tear Ducks.